Major vlogger na tayo. Oo nga, kakasabi ko lang nung isang araw, naka 4 million views na tayo. Sa ating page and all. And then magpapahinga na ako kasi major na tayo eh. Big lang, boom, Kita ko, tinatag-tag ako ng mga kung sino-sino ng mga, alam mo na yung mga antmano. Tapos yung pala, may nag-reply sa akin sa Twitter na hindi ko pala pinapansin. Alam mo naman tayo sa Twitter parang microphone lang yan, may megaphone lang yan. Like, boom boom, may sasabihin ka tapos move on. Busy marami tayong ginagawa. Tapos kahapon sabi ko magpahinga tayo. Pagtingin ko pala, tinag pala ako ng first yung mga pro-Ping Lacson page na parang, okay, ano yun? Parang akala ko naman April's Fool's, ek na naman yan. Tapos, the next day, paggising natin, tinatag na tayo ng lahat ng mga, mga unit team, mga ano nila, mga, parang wow, parang, di ba opposition candidate yung isa? Bakit parang sinishare siya ng Anyway, parang, okay, tignan nga natin Twitter natin na sana. Kasi, alam niyo naman sa Twitter, hindi naman siya katulad ng Facebook na parang, I don't know, parang si Aunt Mano ay sumagot sa'yo or si Meta sumagot sa'yo. Wala naman ganun So, you have to really check. Syempre, yung mga post natin dyan sa Twitter, thousands ng yan. Millions pong engagement natin dyan. Malay ko ba sino nagre-reply sa mga Twitter ko. So, chinek-check ko, yung pala, nag-reply si Senator Lacson. Ayan, basahin natin basahin natin. Basa. Talagang nag-effort tayo. Nag-reply pala. Tapos parang 10 p.m., 11 p.m. reply. Tapos yung 6 a.m., nag-reply pa rin siya dun sa mga nag-reply sa thread ko. Thread ko yun, It was my post. Hindi ako nagpo-post sa ibang tao. Sorry, too busy. So, bahala sila dyan. Ito. So, meron akong pinost. Kasi, di ba, related ito dun sa topic natin nung Thursday na yung suggestion na baka naman pwede magkaroon ng realignments, mag-withdraw yung iba. At, guys, sabi ko nga, pwede nga mag-stay na lang si Senator Lacson at naintindihan ko bakit siya nagsistay. In-explain nga natin lahat yan. Sinabi ko rin yan sa CNN Philippines interview na lumabas nung isang araw. Wala So, syempre ako naman, alam mo, ayoko naman yung alam mo, mag-moral high ground, make sure you're consistent with what you're saying, di ba? At kung pa opposition ka pa talaga. Nasaan ka nung nagkaroon ng mga EJ case and all of that throughout those years? Anong statements mo? Anong ginawa mo? Nung all the time na kung ano nung sinasabi ni tatay? Sangayon ba yan sa GMRC? Tapos nung dulo na lang, pag may family, biglang yung iba, nakiki-opposition. So, and then, you know what? When you make a statement na parang, okay, this is on the record, hanapin natin yan, di ba? Sinabi nung isa dyan, sige, takbo na tayong lahat. Kung sinong doing better later sa service, ganon, doon na tayo mag-unify. Eto na, April na po. Ano pang hihintayin natin dito, di ba? So, excuse me talaga. So, anyway, may sinabi ako, speaking of GMRC, dinan Senator Lacson say na later on dapat mag-unify yung mga alternative candidates behind the best performing one, which obviously is LENI per the surveys. Yan ang problema ko naman dun sa mga ibang LENI supporters. Attack kayo ng attack sa survey. Attack kayo sa survey. Yung survey din naman ang ginagamit niya to say na dapat mag-unify yung iba behind LENI. So, ano ba talaga? But anyways, so parang common sense lang sa akin yan na LENI is doing better than the other alternative candidates kasi yung iba hindi naman talaga opposition, di ba? Tapos hindi ko alam, 9 p.m. pala na nag-reply. Busy na ako yan. By that time, I'm doing, real work. I have to write, etc., etc. Wala akong time na makikimarites dyan online. Itong sabi niya, Senator, I made that offer in all sincerity. Your principal, my principal, rejected it citing a reason which she later contradicted. Invite her to join you in Atienza and attending the GMRC class because you all belong to the same class. Atienza spewed words wackily, you embellish, she schemed. Wow. Wow talaga. Talagang Shakespearean ng natin, prose natin sa dula. In effort. Pero ako naman, parang okay. Hindi ko na replyan niya kasi syempre busy tayo. Sabi ko next day. Kaya makikita niyo dun sa pinost ko, may parang 11 hours na or something na may gap between my response. Kasi marami tayong ginagawa. Sabi ko, okay. You're entitled to your opinion. Tapos biglang yung mga, di ba opposition dapat? Biglang yung mga supporters ng alam na natin, pinupost, oh, hey Darian, oh, burn si Darian, parang, hello? Mukha ba tayong naasar dito? Mukha ba tayong naasar dito? Tingnan mo naman, BTS na tayo ngayon. BTS level na tayo ngayon. K-pop. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, mas fresh pa tayo ngayon, di ba? Kasi naman, ginagawa niya akong relevant. Di na nga tayo nagpapa-relevant. Di nga tayo nagka-cloud chase. Nag-ano lang sa'yo, pinapa-relevant na ako. Tuloy, mas fresh na tayo. O, di ba? BTS. Yeah! Kaya, yung mga troll na iba, parang, thank you! Relevant na ako lalo. Thank you! Parang, tuwan-tuwa sila. So, nag-reply naman ako, di ba? So ako naman, ito reply natin. With all due respect, as a sovereign mind, referring to myself, who has consistently called out excesses of this administration and shortcoming of its oppositions. On the record yan, na-criticize ko all sides, alam niyo yan. You know, may sinabi ko about ISCO strategy. May sinabi rin ako sa, kine-question ko yung mga Google trend ng mga pink, mga kakampink na yan. Kine-question ko rin ng iba't ibang camp dyan. Excuse me, at na-question ko rin yung mga previous administration. So, you know, you wanna call me having a principle, excuse me. Hindi yung ako yung sa kung sinong presidente, etc. Right? I could have been in a way easier situation with millions of quote-unquote followers. Totoo ba yung mga yun? Kung nakikiano lang ako dun sa powers that be, di ba? Parang, hello. Sabi ko, I'm not privy to the internal campaign talks. I'm not. I haven't even met LENI or anything like that. I mean, like, hello. Once ko lang siya na-meet on the sidelines of some interview both of us had with Bloomberg. Hello. So, may I know, ito. May sinasabi ka, I sincerely offered, okay, may I know what and how viable was your unity proposal? Ano nga yung proposal mo? Hindi natin alam eh. Sasabihin mo, ay may sincere akong sinabi, tapos na-reject. Ano ba yung proposal mo? Viable ba? So, yun ang tanong natin. And this is a very politely phrased, Hindi na tayo trollish dito, mabait tayo. And sabi ko nga, and let me clarify this, Senator. This is ultimately your decision. And as I explained here, so pinost ko yung CNN Philippines interview ko with Pia Ontiveros the other night actually. I understand where you're coming from, and I think folks must respect your ultimate decisions accordingly. Yeah, it's ultimately your choice. Sabi ko nga, magstay ka na lang dyan kasi baka pupunta pa kay BBM yung ano mo. Diba? Kung kung ang goal dito is united opposition, tapos pupunta rin sa kanila. So, ayan, respect lang, okay. And then, pero ito pero I clarified pa rin. Ang daming kasi, ang gulo ang daming post dito Hindi ko na mahanap yung mga, Tapos nakiki-ek-ek pa yung mga, dyan. Yung mga, tawag dyan. Panibasa, yung isang site, wala silang, sa Twitter. And then, ito, I stood their ground. Nevertheless, I believe I correctly cited one of the unity proposals you publicly mentioned after initial talks didn't pan out. So, would appreciate kind clarification, including what was your proposal para tingnan natin, di ba? At, are you denying na yun ang sinabi mo na later on na lang, tingnan natin kung sino pinakamalakas sa service? Then, okay, prove to me that that's not what you said because that's what all of us saw. Salamat, Senator, for kindly sharing your honest take, and may we continue constructive dialogue for public good. Okay, so sometimes we get a little bit trollish and all, medyo vlogger mode, but when we have serious discussion, we have serious discussion. So yan. Yan ang reply ko. Tapos, alam mo yung parang nangyari, parang may laro, parang basketball, 20 points ahead yung isa. Tapos, pinakita lang yung 3 points yung kabila. Tapos, yun lang pinakita. Pero hindi pinakita yung total score. Anyway, okay. Mabait na ako. Be kind. Kinokontrol ko sarili ko. I'm being nice. Respectful. Ito, add natin. Ito rin sinabi ni Senator Lacson. Earlier, nung hindi ko pa ni-replyan, 11 hours later pa ako nag-reply, she told me another reason why my offer wouldn't work, but he never clarified, ano ba talaga yung offer mo? By the way, she initiated the unification meeting. Okay. Eto kasi, I think Senator Lacson was replying to, he was replying to others na comments sa kanya. Kasi sabi nung iba, yung I think supporters ni VP Lenny yan, from what I read transpired during the unity talks, VP Lenny refused because she didn't like the idea of filing all your candidacy and withdrawing later on. It is unfair to support in general process. Okay. So may nagpa-clarify kay Senator Lacson. So ito yung sagot niya sa ibang tao. Hindi na ako yan. But this is all in my thread. Okay? This is my post, my thread. Okay? So ayon sa kanya, she told me another reason why the offer wouldn't work. By the way, she initiated the unification meeting. I came prepared and sincere. I realized it was a scheme when she contradicted herself. Later, they should stop invoking unification talk that failed because of her. Okay, so meron pa siyang mga effort na sumagot-sagot na ganun. And then, ito sabi niya. She cited as a reason for rejecting my offer of unification her previous experience of still being voted by several supporters after withdrawing. Afterwards, she reasoned out that once she has filed, there is no withdrawal. I realized she wasn't after genuine unification. Yeah, but that's my point. Let's go back to the original question I raised here, right? In my response, diba? What was the unity proposal? Na ikaw yung presidential candidate? Na si Tito Soto, hindi Tito Boy, so Tito Soto yung candidate, sino yung VP, sino yung president, how viable would that be? Is this really opposition? You see, those are the serious questions you're gonna raise later on. But there's no clarification. There's no response. Radio silence. At hindi naman ako, this is, by the way, my thread. Okay? Let's be very clear. This is my thread. Hindi ako nag-aanod sa iba na humingi na sagot na, you come and make a comment my thread, I respond to you, clarify, respond. Otherwise, wag na tayo mag-ano dito, di ba? Hindi rin naman tayo block, di ba? In fairness naman. Very civil naman tayo. Anyways, so this is for me, we try to have a very constructive dialogue, etc. Ang akin lang naman, if you wanna mag-GMRC ganon, di pag-usapan natin what have we been saying and what's going on, and accordingly, let's have a conversation on that, di ba? Ito na naman tayo. Tapos nakikiuso yung mga ano dyan. Wala daw audio, sabi ng isa. Tapos nakikiuso yung iba dyan na, tapos pinapost-post nila parang, hello. Thank you for making me more relevant. Yun lang ang sasabi ko. At pansin nyo kahapon, di na ako nag-reply, di na ako pumapatol. Parang, hello, busy tayo. Marami tayong ginagawa. You know what? I write on international politics, I write on global affairs, etc. Kung magre-respond lang ako sa mga kung ano-ano ek-ek dyan na mga lowbrow na mga trolling sa akin ng ibang major bloggers, mga ganun. Wala na tayong matira. But in fairness naman kay Senator, nag-effort siya. 9 p.m. and 6 a.m. mag-reply dun sa mga thread ko and all. I reply after 11 hours asking clarification. Hinintay natin, baka naman may masabing clarification. To be fair, fair naman tayo. Wala. Okay, so let's do our meta. Sabi kong ganun. Anyway, I had to do my other work. Anyway, okay. Ako, again, my stance is clear. I think the senator should stay. And because it's not clear where his numbers will go. I don't see him endorsing LENI or Isko or anyone else. So, kung mag-withdraw siya, saan pupunta? Most likely pupunta rin sa front runner yon. So, how is that gonna... So, let him stay. Let him stay. And if that's gonna make yung mga supporters na happy and all, and so be it. Hindi ko lang medyo na, parang, bakit yung ni Ping, ay, sinishare nung kabila ng todo-todo na parang di ba parang opposition dapat, pero bakit ganun? Di ba? Yun yung tanong sa atin, Yun ang tanong sa atin, But, at the end of the day, major vlogger. Major vlogger talaga tayo. Tapos natatawa ako dun sa mga iba na parang, ay nako, ayaw magpangalan ng tao. Wala nga publication, wala nga na-publish sa buhay niya. Google Scholar mo, 0. Walang na-publish ka. Tapos ang yabang-yabang question niya credentials ko. Excuse me, sir. Okay, excuse me, sir. Bago magsabi na mag-JMRC ako, mag-publish ka muna. Diba? Huwag kayo mag-feeling dyan. Mahirap na magsalita kasi malalaman niyo na sino to Actually, alam ko hindi naman niya kilala yan, pero malalaman niyo sino yan kung mag-google kayo ng kante. Hindi naman known masyado to. Ito naman yung mga inggitero, mga Alam mo, if you're gonna question my credentials, make sure you can match at least my H index, right? Never mind how many books I've published, never mind yung mga Cambridge University ko and all of that. So yun, anyway. Major vlogger lang naman tayo. Yun lang naman sinasabi natin. Now, medyo move on tayo. I don't want to make this about myself lang or about some candidate na ano. Let's move on because the other thing na nag-trending kahapon, napansin ko nga, is Senator Zubiri, no? Senator Zubiri ay nag-trending dahil ang tawag niya kay Bongbong Marcos, Senator Bongbong Marcos is parang my president or something like that. Kaya nag-trending na trending tong Zubiri na to. And this is interesting because I think this is relevant because we are going back again. Ayan, ito, Bukidnon's Governor Zubiri's. ito yung video ni Bongbong Marcos at saka ano. Anyways, kasi 'di ba? Hindi ba dapat si Mig Zubiri was part of yung united opposition ano ni LENI? Nandun rin sila Binay, etc. So now na suddenly parang the idea is parang he's siding with Bongbong Marcos. So what was the point? This is where I go to the basic point that I was raising, no? Hindi si TP yung nire-refer ko. Hindi. Wala akong, I don't even know anong sinasabi nun. Ibang taong pinag-usapan ko yung mga kunyaring pa-academic pa sila, wala naman publications whatsoever. Nagyayabang na. Hindi, mga academics yan. Hindi mga vloggers yan. Anyway, balikan natin. Itong si Zubir. No, kasi ito nga yung point ko rin last year. Ito yung point ko last year. Ito yung point ko nga last year. Kasi, ina-attack si Isko, tsaka yung ibang candidates, Pacquiao, etc., na hindi sila tunay na opposition. Na kung yung kay Lacson, yung usapan yan, I think we have said our piece. And you can judge for yourself. Kung ang opposition pa talaga yan in the first 4 years of the president. Pero yung kay Isko at saka kay Pacquiao, especially kay Isko, maraming attack sa kanya na hindi siya tunay na opposition, etc., etc. Ang point ko naman, and then meron kang united opposition, andun sila Mig Zubiri, andun sila Bina, andun yung mga ibang tao na clearly hindi naman liberal opposition or anything like that. So, you cannot have it both ways. If you want to play the purist card, then you have to make sure your ticket is really, reflective of that. But it was not. So I know for for pragmatic reasons, sinama sila Jejo Marbina, sila Mig Zubiri, Dick Gordon, I think if I'm not mistaken. And now that one of them, right, is nag-iiba ng tono, iba yung endorse, why are we acting surprised? If you made the pragmatic calculation of big umbrella united opposition, this is part of the game. This is what's gonna happen. At yun nga yung point ko atake niya si Isko and all of that. Tapos sa dulo, yung mga ibang sinama niyo dun sa united ticket niyo, mag-ano rin na. Ay, mahirap po yan. Kaya nga, it goes back to the, fundamental issue. Why wasn't there an effort early on, a year ago, 2 years ago, especially after 2019, nung sobrang, tumataas ng kilay natin. Natural taas kilay talaga. Nakikita ko yung kilay ko, tumataas talaga. Ito na naman we're trying to be the adults in here. Diba? I mean, millennial lang tayo. Medyo matanda na para millennial pa rin. Pero we're trying to be, we're trying to be adults here. Kaya nga may effort ng One Sambayan para bring people together, etc. Hindi naman pinansin. Pinagtawanan ng iba. Tapos, yung iba, ayaw ang labo. So, we should have kasi a really effective intermediary interlocutor behind-the-scenes negotiations para magkaroon ng united opposition na totoo, no? At viable. The issue is viability. At the end of the day, you have to win the elections. Mahalaga po yan. So, actually, if you wanna learn a little bit about this, or makikita mo yung parallels, yung Hungarian elections ngayon ay patapos na yata. At ang kalaban doon yung tatay nila, si Viktor Orban, na magpo-4th term na. So, medyo Putin level na to. Hindi na tatay level. Medyo Putin level. Malapit na rin dyan yung Erdogan ng Turkey. So, yung ginawa ng opposition talaga, they unified behind one very charismatic mayor. Although may problema na ng mayor na ito, sa rural area, he's not doing as well, at saka daming gerrymandering nangyari. So, I really suggest, look at the case of Hungary, which is very interesting because both Hungary and the Philippines are not considered as full democracies. Partly free lang ang classification sa atin ng Freedom House. And kung may tatay tayo, may tatay din sila. Except yung tatay natin, si Tatay Digong, ay magsa-step down na, in fairness, after 6 years. Although, alam natin sino pwede maging next yan. But yung sa Hungary, go nang go. Kasi bata pa si Viktor Orban, the first time he became president, I think 50s pa lang siya eh. So he keeps on going. So tingnan mo yung ginawa ng opposition. They really came together, one coalition, one candidate. Kaya they kept it actually very close. Until last month, I think. And recently lang, Fidesz ba yan yung party ni, I was able to pull away by focusing on the rural areas at saka yung E and D nila. No, specifically yung E nila dun sa Hungary. Because Hungary is not a very well-developed country yet, diba? Although European Union sila. So, yun nga yung sinasabi natin dyan eh. Dapat, tingnan natin yung Poland. Kasi in Poland, much more successful, no? Meron din silang tatay version nila na strongman populist ekek. Ng opposition. They worked together a year, 2 years before the elections. United front, and then may isang candidate. No. So, ang hindi ko maintindihan, bakit walang ganyan sa Pilipinas? Yan ang hindi ko maintindihan. Kasi, nakikita ko even yung mga supporters ng admin ng iba dyan, na vlogger, nafa-frustrate sila. Parang, ano ba yun? Diba? Siyempre gusto nila ma-challenge din sila. Diba? And, of course, it doesn't make the system look good when you have what we have, which makes it easy to question whether we are really a competitive democratic system, etc. So yun ang hindi ko maintindihan. Tapos ngayon, papatulan pa yung major vlogger nung isa, di ba? Gusto ko lang sabihin dito, this is not the time na magka-cannibalize ang iba dyan, magta-trash talk tayo. Ano tayo, 12? We're not 12, man. Come on. This is serious. Ang pinag-usapan natin, yung kinabukasan ng ating bansa, yung trajectory ng ating foreign policy, ang West Philippine Sea, ang pinag-usapan pa natin dito, yung issue ng accountability, social justice. Seryosong issue po yan. Yung iba dyan, parang tingin lang nila dito, parang horse racing lang to, tapos nakikiasar-asaran lang sila, tapos others have made this just a game of hating the other side more, right? Oh, kami ganun. Bakit? Kayo ba ganun? Like, this is not how a democracy is supposed to be. Kaya nga, this is increasingly reminding me of the things that Plato, right? Plato and Aristotle have been saying about democracy, no? When democracy is no longer democracy, but it's more like demagoguery, right? Where you have demagogues, right? Promising kung ano-ano, right? And creating mob-style political realignments. You know what? I'm thinking I'll go back again to this. Actually, what I'm planning to finish, I just finished this book, Dawn of Everything. It's just around 700 pages plus. Very, very good book. It has questioned all of the big books I've read by Fukuyama, Origins of Political Order, by Yuval Noah Harari, Sapiens and Homo Deus, etc. Very well researched, solid. I think 150 or 200 pages yung footnotes lang niya and notes niya. So I was thinking of reading Gorgias, another dialogue by Plato, which is essentially an endorsement, which is a debate between conscientious leadership versus, which was the point of Socrates, versus yung point ni Gorgias, this is talagang good Machiavellian. Exactly. Yung Gorgias dialogue, dyan galing yung original Machiavellian. Machiavelli himself will come way later on in late medieval Renaissance and then going into Renaissance Italy. But Gorgias, I'm thinking of reading that because that's serious. And, this is my problem. How can we have a democracy kung puro na lang tayo purong trash talk? How can we have a democracy kung puro na lang is making people hate the other side more than your side? To say, okay, kahit kami ganyan, mas grabe naman sila. How can we have a democracy kung puro mga nangyayari dito is nangangako ng tao ng kung ano ng imposible at nakikiano na lang tayo dyan, di ba? How can we have a democracy? Frustrated na nga tayo nung Thursday. Sabi ko, magpahinga na ako ng Friday tapos may mga ganyan-ganyan pa, di ba? My goodness, where are the adults? Where is the sense of something bigger than yourself, than your ego, than your campaign, than your... Wala naman nangyayari doon. Ayan tayo. Ayan ang problema sa atin. Performative. Our democracy is performative. Purong posturing yung mga leaders natin. At ito pa, nag-comment si Tatay Digong. ito. Change topic tayo para medyo masaya na tayo ulit. Wala Ganun naman tayo Sabi ni Tatay, Duterte will be neutral. So, wala siya i-endorse. Mag-neutral na lang siya in the election. Wala na Relevance. Hashtag relevance. Wala na. Wala na. Wala na sa dulo. Wala eh. Ayan na, ayan na. After BTP Laban endorses Marcos Jr., Duterte says, neutral ako. Ibang klase talaga to. Ibang klase. Pa-safe talaga tong si tatay eh. Yung nga interesting, sabi na si tatay, napaka-decisive, ganyan. Tapos pag tinagnan mo, puro mga, ayan, pa-safe, indecisive. Indecisive na nga, di sana si Sara ngayon ang nasa presidential at halos sure win na yan. May nagsabi nga, baka kung si Robin Padilla na lang pinaano nila, baka yung pa yung manalo. Anyway, I mean, the ratings are going, ha? Oh, tapos mag-SMNI debate na lang sila dyan. Oh, eto. Sabi ni President Duterte, PRRD. I'm not supporting any presidential candidate. Neutral ako. Ayun, tapos, boom. Wala na, April na eh. Kahit mag-endorse siya, wala na. So this is not a campaign because I'm not campaigning for a particular candidate. So stop. And then, expletive with me dahil hindi ito politika. Ayun, talaga si tatay, oh. Biglang above the fray. Iba si tatay. Iba si tatay. So, yon. So, yon. So, yon. Ay, nako. Ay, nako. Anyway, maraming salamat sa inyo. Thank you very much. You know, let me be a bit serious here. Mamaya na tayo mag-book talks and all. At nakikita niyo, di ba? Nagbabasa po tayo. Hindi ito joke time. You know, dati, mag-iipon lang ako para na makabili ng mga ganitong libro. And, you know, I would spend 1 day, 2 days straight going through the entire thing. Ganito pa tayo. What you see today is a product of those days. Yung mga humble days, na estudyante lang tayo, mag-iipon lang tayo, and then we read, etc., etc. And it's so frustrating now na you look at their yung mga senior academics, you look at their senior ganon. It's puro posturing, puro good Machiavellian, puro Hi. Tapos gusto pa i-question tayo. Oh my goodness, you guys should be proud that there's at least someone who bothers to publish at the best places in the world. Ay, sorry. Narinig niyo ba ako? Hi. Mamaya na ako magbasa ng mga criticism nila Plato at Aristotle sa democracy. Kasi baka ma-depress tayo dito. And you know what? Who I hold responsible here? Demagogues. Trapos. You know, manipulating people, using disinformation, using their money, using their guns, using lies, using their charms, manipulating people. Yan po. Kaya nga talaga people empowerment na kailangan natin para magkaroon tayo ng totoong demokrasya. Eh. We were never real democracy. And now what? We're getting worse. It's getting worse. It's just getting worse. Bottomless ice dito eh. Bottomless ice dito. And you know, I'm just trying my best here to, in my own little way, na magkaroon naman na medyo matinong discussion and all. Medyo magkaroon ng sapat na discussion. Medyo real talk. Medyo naman yung grounded naman in proper degree of scholarship, a degree of proper thinking, reading. Hindi tayo nagbabasa lang ng mga meme dyan sa Instagram at feeling matalino. Nagbabasa po tayo ng mga books na 1,000 pages, 700 pages. If you just have seen my notes, huwag kayo magpaano sa freshness ko, ha? Yung nakikita niyo may ibang araw hindi ako fresh. Nakikita. Huwag kayong magpadala sa BTS freshness ko ngayon. We work until 4, 5, 6 a.m. sometimes. Including last night, I had to work until 5, 6 a.m. No? It's not easy to write articles right and left. It's not easy to get published by biggest publishers, university publishers. It's not easy to get published by peer reviews and all of that. It's not easy to do all of that while doing this. Meta. Tapos tinatrash talk ka, tapos inattack ka. So, safe naman. Parang tapos yung ibang gusto mag-troll sa akin, parang, who you? Who you? Diba? Tapos iabangan kayo ng engagement level. Yan. Sige, videos lang natin, naka 4 million engagement tayo in the past month. Buya ka siya. Sa Twitter, wala naman kayo laban dyan sa Twitter eh. Kaya nga, sa thread ko ang nag-reply yung iba. Hindi ako nag-reply sa thread nila. Excuse me, di ba? Ang mga engagement lang namatan dyan is between 3, 4, 5 to even 14 million sometimes monthly. So, Pero that's not our KPI. Hindi po yung standards natin. Ang standards po natin ay dito. Ang standards po natin ay nagbabasa. Ang standards po natin yung sincerity and dedication and all. Yes, walang perfecto sa atin. Pero yung iba sa atin, they don't even meet the minimum threshold. They don't even meet the minimum threshold. But yun nga eh, this is my worry. Yes, hindi po perfecto ang mainstream media. Of course, there's corporate interest there. Yeah. Pero to say na social media will necessarily provide a better alternative, and then tignan mo naman yung mga influencers ng social media, at ang tanong mo, saan pala galing mga yan? Who's behind them? Saan nila kinukuha yung mga sinasabi na, hindi naman to expert sa ganyan, biglang may masasabi. Diba? Yun ang hindi tinatanong ng tao eh. They attack one side, they jump from a frying pan into the fire, thinking the fire is better than the frying pan. Boom. Diba? Ako, anong ginagawa ko? In my own humble ways, I teach my classes in San Beda, in PUP, etc. Hopefully, balik tayo sa UP soon, etc. I do my scholarship. I do my hard work. Hindi po madali. References pa lang, ilang pages gagawin yan, di ba? It's 100 pages of references, etc. Salamat naman dun sa ating research assistant and help, tumutulong sa atin, si Stephanie. Maraming salamat for helping me out because there is no way I can do yung mga books natin na 100 pages of references, etc. Thank you so much. Naghihirap po tayo dyan. And then yan, nagme-meta tayo. Sige, nakiki-trash talk tayo. Alam mo naman, balahura din naman ako eh. I mean, you wanna trash talk me? Alam mo, hindi lang ako nag-isa. I mean, let's be honest, nag-isa lang naman talaga ako eh. Look at it. Do I get support from anyone else? Wala. Pag tina-trash talk ako, are they other bloggers who are supporting me? No. I take all of this on my own. Pag sila, in-attack mo yung isa sa kanila, buong antmano ay susugot sa'yo. Yung queen nila, yung mga nila, lagat nila, ganyan. Or yung nagpo-post si Senator Lacson, biglang si-share ka. Ako, I'm on my own eh. Ako lang ina-attack. And then ako lang nag-reply. But, hindi ako tapos. The reason why, I'll be very honest about it. Ito, medyo Oscars. One reason na go-go pa rin tayo, na fresh pa rin tayo, is kayo. No, I really mean it. Yes, may mga konting mga meta dyan minsan. Wala kayong laban dyan. It's because you guys have been there with me, true and true. I really mean it. If not for the support of your people, hindi lang yung stars niyo, ha? Oh, I appreciate that. If not for the support of you people, yung comments niyo, yung pagdi-defend niyo sa akin, yung sending of encouragement, yung messages niyo, alam mo, matagal na, pwede ko lang sabihin. I mean, of course, mahal natin ang bansa natin. At the same time, I could also say, you know what? Marami akong ibang ginagawa. You know what? I'm asked to do analysis on Asia. I have a new book coming on China. Busy po ako. I was in Europe. You know it. Munich Security Conference. I'm very involved in many issues around the world. In the Middle East, I work with think tanks there in United Arab Emirates. I write for Al Jazeera in Doha. I'm active in many different fronts, no? So hindi ito bread and butter ko. This is an advocacy thing. This is a hard thing, right? So, syempre kung walang support from you, ayan na. Honestly, it's not worth it for me. Magpapastress lang ako dyan. Diba? But, I feel confident giving Meta Live. Alam mo, mahirap mag-Meta Live. Medyo makapal lang dapat mukha mo. Pansin nyo, kailan ako nag-Meta Live? Kailan lang? 4-5 months ago lang, di ba? Hindi ako nag-Meta Live before that kasi, alam mo naman ang mangyayari dyan. Mag-Meta Live ka, tapos, i-operate ka ng, alam mo na, di ba? Tapos, anong mangyayari? Di ba? Mag-drown out ka lang eh. But you guys were there. My timing was good too. Mahusay rin naman tayo. Medyo kalog rin tayo and all. But really, honestly, I really appreciate your support and all. Every time na I feel na nakaka-frustrate yung situation, every time na alam natin, naku po, napaka-depressing to. Every time na parang tataas na naman yung kilay ko ng gano'n. Oy, natural yan. Excuse me, Thanks kay Dad. Thanks din kay Mom. Mga mestisahin din naman mga eyebrows nila. Every time na eye roll na ako, iniisip ko kayo yung mga nagsusupport sa atin. It's a Saturday. I know you guys can enjoy. I don't know, watch BTS, etc. Pero syempre, pipiliin niyo yung major vlogger. Diba? Fresh naman siya minsan. Alam ko, most of the time, grabe yung eye bags ko. Mayroon pa rin, diba? But, I really appreciate it. So, thank you so much, guys, for really being there. Please continue to support not only me, but anyone who's trying his or her best, no? To make this world a little bit less toxic, to make social media a little bit less toxic, to medyo angat yung level, hindi lang yung good Machiavellian, pero iangat yung level ng konti. Medyo may Foucault, medyo may Habermas, medyo may Hegel, pero hindi ipapamukha sa'yo na wow, some good. And all of these books you see behind me, all of these books, they have been reflected in my own work. So hindi ito mga dekorasyon lang. We work hard. We give it all. No, ako, gusto ko, if I'm gonna be described one day, if yung legacy ko, this was a guy who gave it all. Who's active on every single platform he can be. I know, very few people do that. Yung publication of Cambridge University Press, and then may book kang ganun dito, tapos may New York Times ka, tapos mag-meta ka, may TikTok pa ako, may YouTube pa ako, di ba? Kaya wala tayong social life eh. Kaya di pa tayo nag-asawa eh, kasi wala eh. Ano ang time natin, Hi. Kaya supportahan niyo na ako para pwede na tayo mag-asawa. Wala eh, pandemic, tapos mahal ang buhay, mahal yung diaper, di ba? Mahal ang bumili ng Ay nako. Tsaka nakaka-frustrate talaga. I mean, honest, and I know a lot of you na nandito sa akin, nakanood sa akin, frustrated din kayo. Alam mo, I really appreciate yung mga iba na siguro yung political predisposition nyo, iba sa akin, medyo iba yung gusto nyo, and yet, nakikinig kayo sa akin. Kasi alam nyo, yung effort natin dito is to have a rational, medyo more than lowbrow discussion. No? Medyo more than lowbrow. Kasi, tingnan mo naman yung mga vlogger, puro mga paninira, puro mga cheap language, pathetic trash talking, yung mga tipong parang excuse me, diba? And sadly, I've had to deal with that the past 6 years. And at the rate things are going, mukhang hindi mawawala tong mga to. If anything, baka lalakas pa tong mga to. But it's you guys who kept me going. And of course, people in my family, people close to my heart who have been there for me. Thank you so much. But promise, I mean, a big reason tuloy-tuloy itong mga Meta Alive natin, aside from your stars and your support and all, is because nakikita ko sa comments you connect eh. Kahit naiinis kayo sa akin, alam ko yan, minsan naiirita kayo sa akin, ano ba yan, ba't gano'n magsalita to si Ray Darian? Ba't ang yabang? Alam ko, minsan nakakairita tayo, ba't ako naiirita sa sarili ko minsan? Alam ko yan, makulit tayo minsan. Pero alam mo, na-appreciate ko talaga yan eh, napaka-toxic. Magpo-point out ka lang ng inconsistent ng iba. Grabe yung mag-react, sa Twitter mo, tapos share ng lahat ng mga troll farms dyan. What the heck, di ba? What the heck? And then, magtatanong ka, hindi naman ma-clarify kasi wala naman matinong sagot. So, yun. So, if not for you guys, alam mo, let me use this term. I will retreat to the citadel of my mind, di ba? Doon na lang ako sa mga highbrow, mga New York Times, mga London, Monocle, mga ganun lang kausapin ko. Because yes, I am part of that world. I am not ashamed of it. I'm very happy. I work my way up. To be able to have my op-eds published by the best of the best in the world. To have my works published by the best university presses in the world. Yes, I work hard for that. Right? Hindi ako na-discourage dahil nag-graduate lang tayo sa UP, nagaling lang tayo sa third world, na bata lang tayo, wala, hindi tayo nagpa-discourage. Makapal ang mukha natin. Go, work hard, let's go. Dami natin haters, naysayers. Ganito. Excuse me. You are not gonna tell me what I'm gonna be. I'm gonna be what I wanna be. I'm gonna be what I can be. Right? At the same time, alam ko rin yan eh. One reason kayo ay supportive din sa akin is because nakikita nyo, palaban din ako eh. Nakikita nyo eh. Kung may nagko-comment dyan, pumabatol ako. Tinatroll ko yung troll. Yung may iba nagsasabi, ay, high level ka, wag kang ganun. But that's the problem. If yung magpa-high level ka, tapos feeling too good to engage ka, madali kang i-dismiss ng tao. How are you gonna reach out to the people? Paano ma-inspire ibang tao kung sabihin, I'm too good to, But when you fight, right, it's like the kings, right? It's like the kings' medieval wars. The king should be at the very front. And sometimes he should take the initiative for the attack. That's how you do it, because that's how you inspire other people. So you can say anything about me. Say, hey, Darian, mayabang, ganon. Yeah, I hear it a lot. Na mayabang to say, Darian, ay, nagganon-ganon, pa-cute, BTS. Ganon. Sige, tell it all. Sige lang. But one thing you cannot tell about me is this. I'm sorry. Hindi tayo duwag. Right? We take our risk and we criticize all sides. You know that. Yung mga kakamping, alam nyo rin, galit yung iba sa akin dati. Nung nag-debate ako with one of the, dati, ang dami mga dilawan ang nag-attack sa akin. Big time, big time. But you know what? I'm not bitter. I understand where they're coming from, right? And that did not discourage me from supporting a progressive agenda, right? At the same time, of course, alam natin, I have had interactions with cabinet members, with President Duterte. Personally, they were nice to me. I have no problem with them personally. My disagreements are not personal. My disagreements are based on policy effectiveness, are based on principle. And at the end of the day, I don't go out and like try to denigrate people. You are entitled who to vote for. Ilocano ako, so marami sa aking mga relatives, mga ganun. I know who they're voting for. I may not fully agree with them, or I may agree with them here or there, but we continue our dialogue. Hindi tayo nagtatrash talk, hindi tayo nagbabastusan. Kaya nga love tayo ng family and all, ha? Diba? Ganun lang naman. And the same way, as if naman perfecto yung ibang candidates. Diba? As if naman, diba? Parang hello. Diba? And salamat din dun sa ibang candidates na very engaging. Si Isko Moreno, Mayor Isko Moreno, he was been very honest, engaging when we interviewed him, talked to him, etc. And at the same time, you see naman, I also critique some of the things that went wrong with his campaign, what he could have done right. So, ganun naman tayo. Ganun dapat ang diskurso. Ganun dapat. Pasensya na, nagiging ganun na. Akala ko mag-meta-meta, magtawanan na lang tayo dito. Gagawin natin ulit yan. But I thought today, we really have to have a moment of proper reflection. Ano bang gusto natin mangyari sa buhay natin? You're only gonna live once. Right? Hindi ko alam dun sa mga eternal return arguments in Nietzsche. Kung nagbasa kayo ng Unbearable Lightness of Being, makita niyo sa opening pa lang i-mention yan eh. Maganda yan kay Milan Kundera. But my point is this. This is your life. Gusto na ba natin na magiging purong na lang, trash talk, puro na lang pa-cute, posturing, and then what? And then what? You meet a lot of people na daming followers, sikat, mayaman, ganun. Tapos pagkausap mo parang, wala. Moral vacuity. I mean, no sense of, it's just one pleasure after the other. It's one bandwagoning after the other. It's one talks with celebrities after the other. But is that it? That's it? Ganun lang? No thanks. Hindi natin kailangan maging clout chaser. Hindi natin kailangan join the toxicity to make a gold mine out of it. Naging cottage industry na yan eh. Ginawang industriya na yan eh. Yung hate industry. Yan ang tawag ko dyan, hate industry. Purong trash talk, purong screenshot, boom, 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 ganon. Isa-splice, i-edit yung... What a low life life that is. What a low life life. What a low life life. Yun lang masasabi ko dyan. Kaya alam ko yun ang gusto niya sa akin eh. Yun yan sa akin eh. I've reached a certain point in my life, I feel confident about where I stand. I feel confident about my convictions and ideals and all. I don't need to prove anything to anyone, including some former mentors, etc., whatever, right? Yun lang. I know what I'm doing, right? And you know what? Magbabasa po tayo ng scripture because we accept that there's a higher wisdom and higher being than all of us, right? Hindi ako nag-feeling na I'm great and all of that. Hindi tayo mag-Elon Musk effect dito, feeling dito. Yun lang. But going back again, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate you guys being there. Hindi ako magdadrama ng ganun everyday, ha? Kasi nagpahinga tayo, kaya may time tayo magdrama. Kasi usually, I'm so tired, I have no time for emotions. I'll be brutally honest about it. Just straight to the point. Work, boom, 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 go, go, go. Right? But today, I just felt medyo, we have to have this proper conversation and all. And maraming salamat. Thank you so much. Please continue to support us. And support anyone who's trying to do what we're trying to do here. Is to have some proper, decent discussion. Hindi yung decente, yung pa-decent. Like, decent, yung sense of, Tao tayong lahat. At the end of the day, lahat naman tayo ay Pilipino. Gusto lang naman natin umakyat yung medyo umangat naman tayo ng konti. Medyo hindi tatay style yung ano, di ba? We may have disagreements here and there. But at the end of the day, we all want the same thing, di ba? Alam ko feeling ng marami dyan. Ako, nagte-travel ako parati. Nakikita niyo naman, kahit pandemic, travel ako ng travel. I see yung frustration ng mga ating kababayan when they go to the other countries and say, oh, ba't di ganun napag-iwanan tayo ng Vietnam, Thailand, I feel the frustration. I know the frustration. I know. At the end of the day, we just are looking for the right leaders to get us to the promised land. Gets ko yan. But in order to get there, we have to get the good leaders. And in order to get the good leaders, you have to have good discussion, good policy debates, good interaction. Hindi yung ganitong toxicity. Yun po yung concern natin. Alright. Cool lang tayo. Chill lang. O, tignan nyo kung medyo nagpahinga tayo ng konti kahit inaalamano tayo. Antmano tayo. Pwede pa rin tayo mag-BTS. Alright? Thank you so much, folks. Salamat dun sa mga nagbigay ng stars, yung mga nasuporta sa atin. Oh, Edison, hindi naman tayo kailangan magbabayad kasi dyan naman kayo magbigay ng stars. Hindi naman. I mean, we have our own... at ang livelihood naman po talaga natin is, is my global journalism. Yeah. And of course, nagtuturo tayo, etc. We just have a very simple lifestyle. Walang extras. Masyado. Yan lang. Thank you so much. No, I really, really appreciate it. Ipopost ko rin yung interview ko sa Philippines Guardian para makita niyo naman. I'm very, touch daw yung iba dyan. Touch. Diba? Pwede na siguro tayo mag-showbiz, no? Yun na lang, feeling ko yun na lang. Showbiz na lang tayo, drama ako. And pwede din action star. I mean, I can do spinning kick and all of that. No problem. Right? So, yan. Hindi kailangan ng stuntman. Right? Yan. Thank you kay Christopher for your star. I really appreciate it. Every little sign of support. Yung mga comments yun na supportive. Yung mga ina-attack yung mga nag-alamano sa akin. Grabe naman si Mercy, pinapahit na agad yung balbas natin. Cute naman ganda naman Mahal ang blade, mahal. Tayo dyan. Every 3 days ka calculate ko, nako po. Gastos tayo ng pangbili ng Ayan na tayo. Ayan na. Sabi ng isa, qualified ka na tumakbong senator. Hindi ako qualified age-wise. When the registration came in. Let's see. But in the meantime, please continue. Oo. Ano na lang? Tawag doon? Anong tawag doon? Hindi naman yung tolerate, yung parang pagbigyan nyo na ako. Yun, tama. Pagbigyan nyo muna ako. Pag-chill lang muna tayo dito. Alright? Salamat. Thank you so much. Ayan, may Bruce Lee tayo dyan. Yan, may Bruce Lee. Naman, mga natin dyan, mga inspiration natin yung mga iba-ibang tao dyan. Si Abraham Lincoln, of course, you can see him there, yeah? Right, mga dyan, mga inspiration po natin. Meron din tayo dito, Marcus Aurelius. Hindi naman tayo mga celebrity na mga ganyan. At saka medyo magulo. Pero meron tayo mga inspiration dyan who keep us going. Kasi honestly, you guys have no idea the amount of trolling, tagging, threats, everything I get. But if you wonder, bakit? Ano pa rin? It's because of you. Yeah! Yan tayo. Delegado tayo. Alright, maraming salamat. Thank you very much, folks. Ang sabi nga natin, showbiz na lang, no? Just in case. Ayusin mo natin yung eye bags natin. And tayo mag-showbiz dyan. Alright, so shout out dyan sa mga ating friends, kaibigan from around the world. Ramadan Kareem to our Muslim brothers and sisters. God bless you. May you have a blessed month. Thank you very much to folks joining us from Gitnang Silangan, from Europe, from around the world, and of course, dito sa Pilipinas. We have also a lot of friends. Nakita ko nga sa analytics yan from Mindanao, from Visayas, from Quezon City. Diba? Thank you so much for joining us. I really, really appreciate it. And yun nga, you're not gonna get this drama every day. So, ano lang, lubusin nyo na to. This is a moment of honesty. And you know it's not about who am I, diba? Sino ba naman ako? It's really about us wanting a better way of making the world a better place. And the toxicity is sometimes just too much. But in the meantime, fresh muna tayo. Pa-fresh muna tayo. Alright, maraming salamat. Thank you very much.